Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for SH Figuarts Arman Mark III. Now, good question. Why am I buying more Arman figures? I did mention I do have a burnout, but I think I get to the point where I've overcome the burnout and looking forward to the new Arman figures. Since the earlier SH Figuarts Arman, like the 43 I believe, has some, the joint system on that one is not as great as the later release or the latest ones, like this one. So I'm looking forward into that, as well as this is more nostalgic for me. I have not read the comics other than watch the cartoons, as well as play the video games, Marvel vs. Capcom, and this is how I remembered Arman to be. The red, gold, and that circular reactor in the chest. That's how I remember it. Now when I saw the Mark VI with the triangle, it looks a little odd to me. I'm not too fond of the triangular shape, or I don't think there was any significance of that particular design. I still like the circular one. So hence why I got it, and plus it's the updated version in terms of the as a figure. I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you're looking to get one. And here we go. So it's quite nice, and hopefully they make the other ones. I think the Mark V is kind of interesting. I would like to see that in the Figuarts. I'm not sure if they made that one already. They might have. Sometimes I'm kind of out of the loop of what they made. Again, a lot of companies make this. Sometimes you think that it's a figure is already made for that particular armor. Turns out it's not, or it's a company that you're not collecting. Yeah, just so many armors. But I'll look into that. They did announce the Hall of Armor, and I think the Mark VI goes along with that. Now again, I'm not a fan of the Mark VI design, but might as well get it to go along with the Hall of Armor. Maybe down the road I'll like that triangular design. Although that gold, red, and silver combination, yeah. Maybe red and silver, but not three colors. Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the box. Let's take a look inside. Alright, so here we go. We got some comparison with the other armors. 43 on the back, 46 on the left, and number 3 right here. So in terms of color, his red is actually a little different than the 46. It is a little bit more, I think it has a hint of brown, so it's kind of like more maroon in a way. But definitely it's a little different compared to this guy here. This is more like a candied apple red. Then comparing it with the 43, which is a bit more bright red here. Yeah. So the things that I've noticed significantly from this design here, they have the silver joints here, which I guess works well with the upper part, but not so much on the bottom there. And I think that's kind of is the trend. If they pick with one color, they kind of stick with the joint system. Because when we look at the 46, it's red on top here on the shoulder. Well, on the bottom, it's red also, but the joint here, that's supposed to be silver. I kind of wish they've kind of varied that. I mean, on this, it works well because it's red on top and red here. So it works out for number 3. Yep. So that's just a quick comparison between those different designs. Now, let's take a closer look at number 3. Alright, so here we go. I think design-wise, it has not changed over the different SH Figuarts Arman. It's the same. You got the hinge system on the shoulder here. Yep, and the head, articulation-wise, you can look down, look up, move side to side. Fairly good articulation there. Now for the shoulder, it's the telescoping one. You can stretch it out, push it in. This gives you a bit more articulation there. It's double jointed elbow, just quite nice. Swivel on the bicep. Feels like I just popped this wrong part here. On the back side here. You know what weird is this part here, this top segment, it looks like a different shade of red. It feels like that you could remove it and maybe use as a peg connector for the base. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's kind of odd color. Huh. Can we remove that? Yes. Why is that removable? And why is it in that shape? That is strange. I don't think this is... I look at the instruction. This is... Yeah, that's odd. You can remove that piece there. Oh, that is strange. Oh, there, that's that. But these two flaps here are detachable. We'll look into that in a bit. So for the torso, ball jointed, which is great. Seems like there's another segment here as well as onto the waist. It feels like more of a hinge here on the bottom part. This is a ball joint here you can turn, but the section here you can't. But fairly good. And you get your wrist joint here. We'll go over the hands in a bit. Then moving down, typical SH Figuarts, you can pull this down for greater articulation, like so. I know it's always weird, but you have to compromise between articulation and look. And when he's sitting down, like in this pose, more than likely you're not going to be looking at the side or the back. So it just makes sense to have that articulation. Otherwise, it's you can make the waist really complicated, being able to fold, which they have done on robot doll machines and other things, but it's just gonna be very, yeah, it's too small here. It's gonna be very delicate. So this is probably the best way. Then you got your joint here onto the leg, which allows you a little bit of swivel. Just be careful not to hit certain parts, especially that bottom part. I still think it might chip if you put enough force or dent the plastic. Now for the knee, you can bend this. This is not a separate piece, it's part of the lower leg. But you get a fairly nice bend there. Should have, yeah, nice bend there. And another thing that I've noticed is this part here now collapse as you bend it, which is really cool. Now I think this is the first time they've doing this since the 46. I don't think the backside bends, so gonna give it extra articulation. But I mean, I bent the 46. It's kind of the same way. I mean, you're able to do a knee bend basically. Now for the ankle articulation, I can't remember if you can pull this down, but it's kind of stiff here. Then you got your toe joint there. Again, with the paint, it's kind of stuck. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, it's one of those when you try to force it, you end up chipping the paint. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna leave it at that. And for the most part, you're gonna have your arm man standing up anyways. Alright, so that's pretty much it for articulation. It's fairly good. Typical arm man Figuarts articulation. It does what it's supposed to do. Moving on, let's go over accessories and gimmicks. Alright, so the first one is the shoulder blade flaps, or the back side. So we get these two here. They are labeled with the L and R's here. That way we don't confuse them, but anyways, we'll pop this out. Another interesting thing is on the where it pegs in, it's clear plastic. So this whole thing is clear and they paint that metallic color. Yep. Which is kind of interesting since I'm not too fond of metallic, or sorry, the clear plastic. But I guess they've made some improvements with that. Yeah, I find that clear plastic is a bit more brittle. But anyways, seems like it's working for this. So we get the open flaps here. Now, unfortunately, there's not much details underneath. Will be nice, but yeah, it's just able to move this up. Now I can remember from the show or the movie that there's thrusters on the back here, or he just used this for flying to kind of help him maneuver. So there we go. Next part is the hands. Now the hands, here we go. So for the hands, we have 3 other pairs of hands. You got your regular one, just open. you have another one where you can attach the repulsor effect parts, or maybe even the thrusters for his hands right there. And you have another one for that particular pose. So let's start with this one for now. Unfortunately, as we can see here, there's no backing. There's no forearm backing on each of this, which sucks. Yeah. I don't know why they haven't. I mean, the 46 has it, and it was great. I'm really happy they did that, because every time you swap this out, this particular thing here, it works that connector part. Not only that, if you lose this backhand piece, that's it. And it'll be nice if they actually give us two, or just give one for each one, just in case you miss one, you still have the other ones to get it from. Actually, I got this from the left side. Wait. So if I put it, interesting. So it's the same backhand. That's kind of odd. You can put it on either hand. This back plate. Interesting. Anyways, as I try to put this on for the first time for this hand, there we go. Put this on here. So, is this the one? Alright, well, I guess this particular hand here, not much wrist. So this is just basically the relaxed hand, unfortunately. Or it's karate chop. We're not getting much action pose on that one. I guess the only angled one is the one with the peg connector, which kind of sucks. Well, anyways, let's put that on. Yeah, I'm not too fond of this. So tempted to add magnets, but I don't have a really small magnet for this. So even then, look at that. It's the back armor is flipped up just to compensate for the gap. Jeez. Let's see if I can. There we go. I mean, it works for this pose, but it looks odd having that gap there on the back plate. Oh well. Might as well do the other side. Yeah, it's weird that they've improved some, but they kind of went back. Well, there we go. It does require extra cost to put a backplate on each one. We're getting them painted, and you know someone has to put it on. But oh man, that it could have been better if just give each one. Although it's nice for whoever designed this to have the same peg connection on the back plate. Yeah, so there's no like restriction left or right. So anyways, getting back to this. This thing popped off. Attach it back there. So effect parts. Let's see what we got here. We actually have a couple of them. We got this small ones. And we got this giant ones, which I'm assuming is for the foot. Then you have this longer. So comparing this with this one here, in terms of size, you get like a large, medium, and small. Alright, so let's attach them. Alright, so for what I can gather, the little ones is for the thrust effect, seems like. But this one is for the actual blast. So let's put this on first. And let's see here, it's probably going in this way. So there we go. So this is for his hand effect part. It has a bit of translucency on that tip. Yeah, quite nice for that effect part. But let's go ahead and attach the thrust effects. So we get this one. So they are kind of angled, which works out well for that peg connection. Same thing on this guy here. Just attach. Right. Then for the legs, we pick the big ones, like this one here. There we go. And this one here. So we have the flying post. Alright, let me find a stand and put this on it. Alright, so there we go. It does look nice. Yeah, I'm really liking this particular paint tone, the red. It looks nice, especially when you're taking pictures. Definitely really cool. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it for the Mark III. It's a nice SH Figuarts release. And definitely for those who like that particular design, this is the figure for it. For the 1/12 scale or your 6-inch figure line. And there we go. That's pretty much it for the review. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. If you got questions, particularly on this figure, I could probably answer that for you. Otherwise, if you got a question in general, yeah, just ask away. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.